Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Shantera Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680.
What up, peeps? Hey, yo, it's your girl KG Kalia Guillory here, and welcome to Startup Masters. That's right. We got the dopest content, the dopest guests, and the dopest studio. And I mean, we on the dopest channel in all of the land, all of the universe. You came to the right spot.
Right place, right time.
Hey, you can check me out on LinkedIn, Instagram, as well as Facebook at KOG Speaks. And I'm so happy you stopped by, because if you are thinking about starting a business, or if you have a business and you want to take it to the next level, like you are ready to level that thing up, again, you are at the right place. Go ahead and subscribe, mash that button, because I promise me, you're going to want to come back next Tuesday, and the Tuesday after that, and the Tuesday after that, and the Tuesday after that.
Rinse and repeat.
I mean, that's what they want, right, G?
That's what
Rinse
they
and
want.
repeat.
That's what it's about. What's up, good people? Welcome back to Startup Masters, where we're giving you the ins and outs of business, of starting your business from the ground up, taking it to that next level, because that's what we do each and every week, like KG has already told you. And of course, I am one of your co-hosts, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. You can find me anywhere online: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, a few other places.
We ain't gonna
Just
say.
Google search for me at G Hawkins, and that's G Hawkins with the Z. And we're happy to be here with you. We're happy to make sure that you get the gems that you need to take your business to the atmosphere's ends. Take it to that next universe. We're talking Centauri. We're talking places that you ain't never been before. Talk about it. Yes, you know, I went scientific on them. I did. I went interstellar
am I watching
on
the
them.
Discovery Channel?
Talk about it. I took them everywhere. Cosmos. Holla at me.
Cosmo, baby. You know they talking about
That's
getting
what
to
we're
Mars.
doing.
That's
Hey,
what
hey,
NASA's like.
we'll be
about-
there.
they done
Startup
found
Masters
new
live
Earth.
from Mars. Talk about it. That's what we will do for the people. But
What's up?
Well, we've got some great people in the studio, KG. Well, who we got riding with us today?
Listen, man. These ladies,
Talk about
these
it.
women are game changers.
Whew.
They are the new face, the new age to solving problems.
Okay.
They were doing so in corporate America. It was like, you know what? I'm going to cut this man out, and I'm going to go and do it on my own, because we so dope. What? And then, check this out. They was like, we don't need to do this on our own. We could collaborate. So C plus A created the global group. And it's been just a cosmic experience since then. They've been influencing people all over the place. They passing out dopeness like, you get some dopeness and you get some dopeness. And without further ado, G, because I can't take it no more. They got to come to the mic like right now. Please allow me to welcome Natalie, Arceneaux, and Shantera Chatman, the managing partners of C plus A Global Group. What's up, ladies?
What's
Hey!
Welcome to the Sphere.
Thank you. I feel like I've gone to the moon and back already. Literally.
That's what we do.
What does it feel like?
Well, and she got the NASA background, so if we're talking space exploration,
We're talking Alpha Centauri. She know what I'm talking about.
girl, we are now
She
Universal
knows what
Group.
I'm talking about.
We are Universal
There it
Group.
is.
Seeing it right here on Startup Masters.
There it is. There it is. Indeed.
Yes.
Shoot.
Well, ladies,
Man,
this is what we like to do.
it's already gonna be a good show.
It's gonna be a great show. I already know it. We like to call up people, those that are watching right now, those that are sitting on their couch watching us through Apple TV right now, those that are in their cars or listening through SoundCloud. We want to take them on this journey, and you all are the drivers, right? So we want to talk about the past. We want to talk about the present. And then, of course, we want to hear your 5, 10, 20-year plan for the future of C+A Group. Can y'all do that for us? Can we take them on this journey right now?
To the moon.
All right, good
We
people.
do journeys.
That's what's up.
Journey mapping.
Journey mapping.
That's it. So if y'all are tuned in right now, make sure you get your digital pad and pen together, or you go analog like KG loves. Hit the analog
Call
piece.
out.
Let's get ready for these gems that are about to drop right now on Startup Masters. So ladies, let's roll with it. Where were you all at? What time was it? Take us back in time. Hit the DeLorean, 88 miles an hour.
Come on,
Take
DeLorean.
us back. So where things were happening when you said, you know what? There needs to be a C+A group for individuals. Talk about that. What's up?
All right now. All right.
Holla.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so
I'm gonna let you do it.
you're gonna let me go for it first. Okay. We're talking a couple of years ago?
Couple of years
it
ago.
hasn't been that long. It's so crazy because it hasn't been long since Natalie and I even met.
Okay.
And we were both working in-house, boutique consulting firm, And me, I'd been working consulting my entire career in-house in, larger firms, Booz Allen Hamilton for 13 years. That's where the NASA stuff came from. And then, left there and went smaller thinking, okay, we're going to do something a little bit smaller. Maybe I can, learn something.
You all right?
From these, folks that's working in the oil and gas industry. Well, I
Well,
learned something. They taught me a lot. They taught me a lot. But if I didn't get one thing out of that experience going from, a really big consulting firm to a smaller one was I learned that I can do it better. I'd learned a lot working in the bigger places, right?
Sure.
But it was also I can do this better.
come
Wow.
on.
I think I can do this better. And who made me know I can do this better was this one.
Let me
right here.
guess.
Talk about
This
it.
right here. I mean, and it was really because, hey, I've been ingrained in the, in the corporate world.
Sure.
Right.
Do my thing, climb my ladder, mind my business kind of deal.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
Natalie comes joining the firm and going, girl, we ain't got to do this. You don't know nothing about what we know. You can do this, and besides, you grown. You can do it. And she was like, let's do this. And we decided that we were going to join together and create something that we felt was better because we both have this this need to be able to show value.
Sure.
We both want to be able to win. She talks about it a lot more than I do. I like
My
W's.
win-loss
I don't
ratio.
like L's, And
No L's,
sometimes
baby.
You see
No
in the
L's.
consulting world, they're willing to take a L for something stupid. And for us, we're like, no, we've been working hard on this. And so what we've wanted to do was be able to start a consulting business that highlighted, one, our expertise in organizational adoption and engagement, and help focus on culture and people. And when I say people, I'm not just talking about the people who are going to receive it, but the people who are actually embracing us
Come
and who
on.
are bringing us in.
Sure.
We're focused on what they want and their needs and their organization. So when we walk out, everybody's better. Everybody feels like I didn't spend a ton. I spent what I felt like I needed to.
Right.
But I got way more. So if they would have charged us more, we're going to be
You've been
worth it.
cool with it.
Yeah.
People is, we literally just talked about how people are the common denominator.
They
And we
are.
got
Yeah.
Stephanie Telsey Jackson on there talking about, hey, now I'm ready. Bring it. Like y'all done got her so fired up.
Yeah.
Hey, Stephanie.
What up, Steph?
Hey, Stephanie.
Yeah, man. But you speak to a lot of people when you talk about people, because we talk about what the missing piece in the world right now in the universe, and who knows, it might be on the moon, people are there, but that people, that connection, that human to human connection, that power connection. So talk to us a little bit more about, I'm guessing this journey hadn't been all peaches and cream.
It had not.
And-
Natalie, would you like to talk about,
The non-peaches part.
and I will be more than happy to add more to that, but I need her to give her a little bit. Go on and give me your
Give us
A.
give
Come
us
on,
some
A.
of
We
this.
need to hear from A.
Let's get this A. Like what? Okay, tell us about those trials, those tribulations. Like,
The interesting thing is, I think personally, it's been relatively smooth. I think personally, I think the biggest piece. And people who meet us ask this question all the time. They're like, how do y'all really, people who know her and people who know me are like, so y'all really work together?
Like,
that really works
really?
on a daily basis? Right? And so to me, the biggest hurdle was because I had been independent for so long, and then I went in-house. So my whole career has been independent consulting. On the few occasions that I went in-house and became an employee, it just didn't work with my spirit. My soul doesn't fit inside of an
you
employee.
don't want nobody telling you when to do
It doesn't.
this and that.
You know, and my thing has always been, if I'm going to put in 70, 80 hours, it's going to be on Team Natalie, not on Team, Fortune 500 company, unless Fortune 500 company is paying me my bill rate.
Paying
So,
you a Fortune 500.
right, exactly.
Come on, contracted employee.
Right. So I was always an independent. And then when I finally went in house again for the last time, I met Shantera. And so I knew that, we had something. She had a fiery spirit. She knew exactly what she wanted to deliver. She really cared about what her clients were getting. I knew that was what I was all about too. And then we were like, okay, well, let's go do this better, because we see the gaps and they're wide open. Let's go fill those gaps and bring value. But then it was like getting married.
It was.
And then I was like, well, I already got a husband who I had to adapt to. I don't really know if I need somebody else talking about what I can and can't spend on a desk.
She's still salty.
I'm salty about
the desk.
For the office.
That was 2 years ago.
Hey, I understand.
So you have to adjust to, for me, the biggest thing was figuring out how to work with someone else, and learning how to collaborate and really partner and get the best out of her and give the best from me to her. And so what I realized, in the middle of it was that for so long, I had to bear the weight of everything, right? So as an independent, it was just me. So I was wearing 52 different hats. Yeah. It was nice to have a complementary skill set that was opposite of mine, right? Because I'm kind of big personality, big vision. I don't really get mired down in the details too much. I'd be like, we're going to the moon, let's go. Yeah. And then I don't really have a plan really to get there because I figure we're just going to build it while we in space somewhere.
While you floating.
Right, while we flying.
While you flying in.
Build it while in flight.
Yes.
So Shantera, though, is like, that's a great idea, but I'm going to go over here and take 20 minutes. We're going to come up with a plan, and it got a timeline, and got a milestone, and we got stuff. Yeah. So it was nice to have that. And then I really started to appreciate that. And then I started to settle into the journey because I was like, I can offload onto my partner the things that I don't necessarily do all that great, nor do I want to do all that great. And a lot of time people spend so much time working on their weaknesses.
Here's the gym.
Right? You spend so much time working on your weaknesses that your strengths never really get to come through.
Come
and so,
on.
You heard it? I heard it coming. I heard it coming from a mile away. I heard it. Yes. Bubble it up. It was coming. Boom. There it is.
And so it was great to have someone who could cover my weaknesses. Yes. And so now you have two very strong people delivering value to clients.
You about to make me get married. Look at you.
I need to go. We got a proposal.
I mean, she's trying to sow a seed at the table. That's what she's doing. She's sowing seeds at the table. I hear you.
Because we both brought it to the table.
Yeah.
We both brought something to the table. Yeah. And a lot of times we would sit in the conference room and we just be like, okay, what are we going to do here? What is this going to be about?
Yeah. Right.
And I didn't have a clue. And, she's talking about, me offloading stuff. But the one thing that was for me was I hadn't been out on my own.
Right. That was new.
That was new. And that was the scariest thing for me was, okay. So
I'm used to that paycheck coming every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or on the 1st and the 15th.
Yeah.
Right.
Might get an extra one here and there.
On the off months, you get a third check in there. Yeah.
And now it's like, so we ain't getting paid? Like next Tuesday ain't no check coming? But Natalie seemed to kind of have that together when it came to that. She was like, no, this is what we do. And, so once we put a plan, I need to have it written down.
Yes.
I do. I needed to have it. And it took her like a month to figure that out, that I needed to have it written down. It wasn't just, this is going to be great.
Right.
After that, you can settle into that comfort zone. Because for me, I needed to get out of my own way. I described it as, tearing up the box that I lived in. And that's where I was. I always resided in this box of, this is what I'm supposed to be.
Good.
This is the Shantera that I'm supposed to be. This is what I went to school for. This is what blah, 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 blah. And she was like, not really. You don't have to do that. Why? And I was like, because that's what I'm supposed to do. I didn't have an answer besides because that's what I'm supposed to do. And then she was like, but what if you just take the little pinky toe out of the box? You still alive, and so it just became these steps.
Yeah,
and before I knew it, the box was kind of gone because she kind of yanked it from me.
But I don't do boxes well.
But for somebody like me,
Sure.
she I don't know if she knew, but she kind of allowed me to come out of that box myself. At the same time, that's personally, I'm dealing with that. But at the same time, we're building something, and that's helping too. Because as you're building something that is yours, and you're confident with it, and you're confident with how it's going, because we have great support systems at home. So we got spouses who are like involved. They don't like to celebrate as much as we do,
No,
but
we celebrate a lot.
they're involved, and so all of a sudden it became, hey, we got this. We got this business.
That's so.
And then you get a client, and you're like, "Hey, we got what? Did we just get a client?
Did we just first get that first check? The first check we got.
That
The first check that we
Tell us
got
about that.
had 5 zeros.
Come on.
That's
For
confirmation.
a very short span of work. It wasn't even a full month's worth of work.
It wasn't a full month.
And it had 5 zeros, and I remember we redacted out the zeros, and we took pictures and posted it online. We were like, "This is the beginning of the end." Because now you can't tell us nothing. We got to check. That's affirmation, people.
That's it.
Yeah.
We got to check.
Yeah.
Check, and we had an office with our name on
our
our
name on it.
You
Yeah.
couldn't do
Spoke
nothing.
Couldn't do
volumes.
nothing.
It did.
Now, what's really it was so much that went on in that banter, in that conversation, and there was a lot of takeaways. What I got from it is that partnership is important.
It is.
And being able to have someone who is going to play off of each other's strengths, because I'm a firm believer in I don't believe in weaknesses. I believe in areas of opportunities, and that opportunity, like I'm not interested in developing my opportunity. I'm interested in developing my strengths. So if I could partner with somebody that can help me,
Yeah.
Right.
great. And something that you partner with someone that helped you with those finances. Did I hear that right?
We got finances.
We got finance.
She was like, "You can't buy that desk. It's costing too much."
I felt like I could buy the desk.
She still
feel like she could buy it.
She not to bring this desk up.
Yeah.
No more.
I'm not gonna bring it up no more
Because
I'm not gonna do it.
I come from a place in time in my own life, again, as an independent, I just kind of did what I wanted to do, right? So it was, I see it, I want it, I buy it, right?
And which kind of helps me transition to this ad that we have here. So getting your finances in order so you don't necessarily spend every little thing. This sponsorship, this portion of the show is sponsored by the ladies of the Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 million of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Don't become one of those statistics. Let the Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today, like right now, at 1-844-700-4463, or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com and ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services, and I know that to be true because they're my advisors.
It is.
There it is.
Look at that.
So, look at that network.
Yeah. Look at that network.
Yeah. Man, ladies, good dialogue. So, let's keep this going, right, G?
We're going to keep this
Because
rolling.
I'm sure you got something over there.
I got a few
festering.
I got a few
Yeah,
things.
you look like
I
it.
got
Go
a few
ahead.
things.
Go ahead, G.
And he's looking serious about it.
And you know
I
what?
saw the look on his face.
Yeah.
I'm like, G got something.
I try to be
Get
because
it off your chest, G.
because the transparency is there, right? And I hear about the affirmations with the check. I hear about the office with the names on it. What I want to hear and what I want those that are watching us right now, those that are listening to us, those that are chimed in on Facebook Live right now, I want to hear about those challenges. I want to hear about those stumbling blocks. I want to hear about those early onset mistakes that were made that may have cost you a client or 5. Let's talk a little bit about that.
So thank God it didn't cost us a client, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't cost us a client, but I remember we had just, we had really just gotten another big contract, and we needed some extra resources to help with the work. And so, let's see.
Already.
It's a bad memory, man. We try to suppress those memories around those things.
We're just gonna bring them just for a little bit.
Just for a little
We're
bit.
gonna bring it down.
Somebody gonna learn from this right
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So, having been an independent, I've worked with an extensive amount of people.
Sure.
And so I knew some people who were in between projects, and I was like, hey, we could get these folks to help us out. And so Shantera was like, oh, yeah, great. That sounds fantastic. And I was like, well, the last time I worked with this person was probably about 10 years ago, but they had flawless delivery. She was like, fantastic. So there was no interview. We didn't interview the person, right? I mean, well, I think you talked to the person quickly, briefly. Yeah, went to lunch real quick. There were a few little signs at lunch, some signs at lunch. But I was
Red
like,
flags.
yeah, I was like, I don't know what happened. She came back, told me about the lunch. I was like, I don't know what happened. This person was really, really great. Like I was shoulder to shoulder with them, neck deep in client work. And so we were like, okay, well, that's okay. Let's just move forward anyway. Moved forward, and that was the worst decision collectively. And I feel bad for the decision because it was a person that I knew, a person that she let down her wall for. Normally, right, you would go through a regular hiring process, right? We call your people up. We found out from the client that this person is on a list. This is a super major oil and gas company. This person is on a list to never be in the company. Before we brought her into the company, that person was on the list. Wasn't supposed to be in the company at all.
Blacklist.
Got in under the radar.
Heavy.
When the client found out, they were like, this person is on a list, and but they're already delivering the work, so we're gonna let this person stay. But the work delivery didn't last long. So then we were scrambling, trying to. Shantera was the engagement lead, so she was trying to do work to cover up the work, and it was a bad idea. So we've learned from that, though. Lessons learned.
What's that lesson?
Lessons
What
learned.
was that lesson learned?
Follow your process.
Follow your process.
Even if someone is a good friend, even if you've worked with them in the past, even if your parents were like, hey, so-and-so just got out of school and needs a job, they're great. That's fantastic. But we have a process, and the process is this is how we do things in this company, and we're not going to deviate based on previous memories, past relationships, all those things.
I love that.
Yeah.
Follow your process.
And honestly, listen to your gut.
Yeah.
That gut is there. That's telling you something. And it was, kind of our first real disagreement because I was like, I don't know. I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling this at all. There's something just off. And I kept saying it. And she was like, Shantera, you just,
you persnickety, stop.
And she was saying, stop trying to bring all that corporate stuff. I was like, but it's something. It's just something
Those
there.
transferable skills are real.
And something there.
Yeah.
And so when everything started to kind of fall apart.
Disintegrate.
Yeah, it just kind of started, and it was doing it in front of the client. And that's what the problem was. And thank goodness that we'd already built up a very good relationship with this client.
Hashtag currency,
Relationship
relationship currency.
Oh yes,
Going for it.
yes,
Oh, yes.
because when it all
If not,
went
y'all would've been
down,
out.
Oh, yeah.
we would have been out
Oh,
because
yeah.
because
On
we
the list.
actually
On the list.
we had to pull her on a Sunday night,
Yes.
and we had to call the client, and so it really
After
got a
brunch.
little ugly.
Right.
Yes.
When it
Yes.
goes down after brunch, it ain't good.
It ain't
Not
good.
good. Ain't good.
No.
It's
Not
not
after
good.
brunch.
Don't- You should only be sleeping after brunch.
Yeah. So to have to go into the office Monday after that, and to have him pull you in the conference room and say, "We're good. Just follow this through.
Right.
We're good. I already know you guys are better than this."
Yeah.
That's what he said, and it showed because we had other people he allowed there working, so we had built a good enough relationship that he knew that wasn't who we were.
Yeah. And I remember when Shantera called me that Sunday night and was like, oh my goodness, this person has just done X, Y, and Z. And it was
crazy.
It was beyond belief crazy what they did. And I was like, girl, all money ain't good money. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
And get it. I was like, I don't
Seriously.
care about the money. I don't care about the bill rate.
Who cares?
I don't care. It's not
Right.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a termination letter. I immediately start drafting the termination
Yeah,
letter.
we were on the phone.
And then a letter to the client, a letter to her, the whole nine. And I left it there because I knew I had to go and be with the client because she knew Natalie. She didn't let Natalie sleep because it became a thing.
Right.
It's personal at that point.
It's personal at that point.
Right.
And so that was something that we really learned too. And then also, anytime we've called on other people that we knew, we were very like, hey, this is how we're handling this.
Yeah.
And if someone calls us saying anything, we're going to have to cut this.
Gotta cut it off.
Yeah.
Gotta
Got
cut
to.
it off.
You got
So the
to.
conversation has gotten different when we start to look at people who are representing us because they are representing us. And we work
Indeed.
too hard.
Yeah.
We work too
Totally.
hard.
Yep, that's why you put a process in place so you don't have to worry
We
about
gonna
things
talk
like
about
that.
that. I know we
Indeed,
are.
I hope those that are watching right now, you just grab that gem, follow your process. You put it in place for a reason. That's why it's called a process.
Exactly.
And remember that your relationship currency is at your foundation. I hope y'all are grabbing these because these ladies are dropping them on the table.
Dropping
But
them.
guess what? Facebook Live, folks, we
out.
gotta bid you all adieu. So just FYI, the rest of this show will be up later on tonight. So remember, go over to our website at thesphere.tv/Startup Master. Subscribe. We're over on iTunes. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Google Play Music. And of course, we're on Stitcher for our techie folks. Now, while you're there, make sure you leave us a review. Get some constructive criticism because we want to make sure this show is better for you because we're sewing back into you with this. Now, also, share and share alike. Share with your family. Share with your friends. Share with your colleagues, your fiance. Share with your haters. We don't care who you share with, but make sure you push the content out so people are aware that we've got riveting content right here at The Sphere. And of course, if you love what we're doing, sew back into us. We've got a donation link up over at our website at thesphere.tv/donate where you can do a single donation or you can do a Patreon-based donation to do a monthly subscription. That way, we're able to continue to build here in-house so that we can deliver it to your house.
Come on.
Remember, once again, this show will be up later on tonight right there at The Sphere. So let's keep this party rolling. Now let's talk about where you ladies are at today. If someone walks into your office with your names on the door now, let's speak about
Let's be
it.
clear.
If they're over at C+A Global Group, what can someone expect to get from your company?
They're going to get a lot of drive and a lot of passion.
Yeah.
That's something that we're just, we're never at a loss for passion, drive, and enthusiasm for serving our clients. We both had that in common, from the very, very beginning to always want to ensure that everything that we deliver was top notch.
Yeah.
And our definition of excellent is a lot bigger. We have a lot more elements than a lot of people tend to ask for when it comes to excellence. So when you walk in that door, you're going to get something that nobody else is getting.
Yeah, and I mean, and I think I'm certain you're going to get deliverable, actionable, tangible things. One of the things that I know I didn't like, and I know Shantera didn't like, was that so oftentimes, people calling consultants big or small, and what you end up with is 100 slide PowerPoint deck at the end of the engagement.
Nothing.
It says nothing. There's
Nothing
no
was measured.
action you can take. There's no measurement you can take on it. And I was just like, that's ridiculous. And I don't understand why people would pay for that. And so we were like, that's not. So we're up very upfront with our clients and people who walk through the door. When we meet, we are meeting with the outcome of delivering something to you that you can take action on.
Sure.
And so that's what they get.
That's what's up. What I just heard.
Tell me.
I heard the slide in. On the slide, I heard this is what our X factor is.
Yep.
This is what makes us stand out amongst the competition. And can you dive a little bit deeper into that? Like, the competition normally delivers this, but we provide this plus more. What does that look like for that clientele?
So, depending on the type of engagement that we're on, and we do everything from kind of leadership development to organizational engagement and adoption. We do behavioral modification stuff around cybersecurity and technology systems and things like that. So we do any number of things related to people. But even, for example, a lot of companies will give you an organizational assessment, right? They'll come in, they'll give you the lay of the land of your organization, and they'll say, these are the areas that are good, these are the areas that are bad, and then they walk away, right? We will tell you, these are the areas that are good, these are the areas that are bad. Oh, by the way, here's the raw data, right? So here's the data that's driving these decisions, not just we went off and did some interpretation on it.
Sure.
But here's the data so that you can see. And here's our plans, right? So here's the plan to bridge that gap.
That's what I was here.
That's
what I was looking for.
Yeah, a lot. And I think the reason being is that consulting companies traditionally they try to hold those things close to their chest.
Yeah.
My philosophy is I can give you a plan, and we know this firsthand from current clients, where I can give you a plan, but without us, it's just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper, right? Because
only y'all
because
can
we're the
implement it.
ones who implement, right? We're the ones who, and you can take it and try it, right? Because it's there. But if you don't have the skill set, and the reason why you call us in is because that skill set doesn't exist in your company. That capability to coach leaders, that capability to bring engagement to your entire organization through the line, your leadership may not have a full skill set and capability set in that area. And we do. So even with a plan, I'm not afraid to say we're the best that do that. And so you're going to call us back, right? So I'm okay with giving you, here's the gaps and here's how you get through the gaps.
And we are unapologetic about our work.
Yeah.
We go in and if you say you want us to come in and put together an assessment, we're going to give you that assessment. We're going to give you the plan, like Natalie just said. We're also going to talk to you about what else we can deliver. Of course, no consulting firm is going to just leave it there and say thank you. We're going to show you that we are that X factor, right? But we're also not going to play games with you either. We're confident enough in our skill set to know that what we're saying, one, is true. And two, we're confident in the fact that we know that we have priced ourselves accordingly, and that we know what you're going to get when you go big, right? Because we've been there. We already know what that looks like.
Yeah.
We also know what you're going to get if you go cheap.
Yeah.
Very true.
You may as well just pay for the best, sit down and watch this, and be happy with the results that we're going to give you, because you're going to see it immediately.
Right.
And we're confident in that. And we always say within the next, this is what you're going to get like immediately. This is what you're going to see in those 6 months. And then once we leave you, we're going to leave you with some coaching and stuff so you can continue for a while to grow.
So y'all give the playbook. You
Break it down,
provide
KG.
the coaching.
Break it down.
And you also leave them with the GPS to navigate that.
Yes.
There you go.
There it
Right
is.
there.
We call that turnkey.
Turnkey is what we call that on the sphere. We call that turnkey. Hashtag turnkey.
That's turnkey.
Hashtag turnkey.
Yep, that's what it is, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You're giving it all to them.
Yeah.
From start to finish, the alpha and the omega.
Start to finish.
There
Go
it
to the
is.
website. It's
I
the
just
first
said-
thing at
I
the
just said
top.
something.
You done got it all right. They all
There
in
it
unison.
is.
There it
And then
is.
they said it in point. They on unison here. I ain't going to karaoke with them.
They did. Not at all. Not at all. That's an L. You gonna catch an L. Two of them.
And I
Shout out to
I
Meek
want
Mill.
some W's.
Oh my God.
It is what it is. But you know what? And that's important, man. That is important. The deliverables are there. The tangibles are there. And you've got to have those things. And of course, we offer something similar right here at the Sphere. So this portion of the show is actually sponsored by us. Are you starting your business or looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue coupled with your strategic ad is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send us an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Sound like I do that for a living.
I think you do,
I mean,
G.
that sounds-
She-
No,
That
hey,
sound really.
we need to
that
bottle
sound
that.
really
Bottle
good.
that thing.
Bottle
I think
that
so.
thing.
I think
Need
so.
to be on
They-
that.
He might need to be on
They-
CNA Live.
Man,
Bring
hey,
you on,
hey,
do
hey,
some
hey,
some
CNN, CNN may need to be on the spit. Talk about it. We flexing muscles around here.
You know what we need to talk about though?
We talk about it. Where we headed?
This is what we need to talk about.
Yes.
All right.
What we can talk about?
We need to talk about, because clearly y'all are successful, and I like to rewind the tape sometimes when we say something and it might not be time for us to talk about it. So I like to go back to it.
Let's go back.
Y'all spoke about that process being very, you got to hold to it like it's like close and near and dear to your heart. Talk about some of those processes that y'all have on rinse and repeat that you do, like I can close my eyes and it's done. I know Shantera is getting it done because it's on rinse and repeat. I know Natalie, I got to keep her in line, but she going to do it because it's on rinse and repeat. What are those things that have helped you be successful so you can deliver that playbook, so that you can coach the playbook and that you can help your clients navigate throughout the playbook?
Okay, so the one thing that I think, happened kind of naturally with us after we got over the, oh my goodness, I got to figure out how to work with her, she got to figure out how to work with me, we immediately assessed each other's strengths and weaknesses. And knowing for me that I had a project management background, Natalie knows there's always going to be a schedule. There's always going to be somebody writing an email, because if she will throw out the idea of, we should reach out to
So and so.
whoever. By tonight, I've drafted something that's in our inbox going, hey, we were talking about that yesterday, and,
Try it on. See if it fits.
See if it fits. And she'd be like, girl, send it. And so those kind of things, status reports with any client, I got that on lock, right?
Yeah.
I'm sending that out by clockwork. They're always going, Shantera is up on Sunday night, but that's what I do. I'm making sure that they understand that this is what we've delivered for you. And here are the things we have left on the docket to do. Yeah. So she knows that administratively, when it comes to those kind of things, those are done. I also know that all bright ideas are right here. I have a few ideas when I sleep. When I sleep at night, I wake up with some stuff. But to take it to that, this is what's going to make it way different. This is what's going to make it spectacular.
It's the X factor.
That X factor, CNA's X factor is A. Because there's always something being thought about. There's always some, what we can do? And that's literally what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
Hey,
I love that.
And so that's when I know that it's about to be something big. And I'll be like, okay, brace yourself, Shantera. It's going to either cost a lot or it's going to be big.
Next level.
But it is next level. So I think that those are things that just happen. When I say, okay, we need to do a lock-in.
Lock-ins happen.
Lock-ins happen.
The two of y'all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we lock in. We lock in. We just
Think
added a new
tank.
schedule together. We just put together a new schedule of lock-ins where we're doing 3
For the remainder of the
4
year,
months for the remainder of the year. And so we go in there, and that's what we're doing. I have a list, because that's what I do. I make lists. And then she just stand up on the fly and create stuff.
Basically.
And we go back and forth on what works, what doesn't, what's our next play at CNA, what's our next play with this client, and between the two of us, it works.
Yeah.
It works.
The other thing I think too that we do, you said, what do we do kind of with our eyes closed, that kind of guy. I think one of the other things is celebration. Right. And I know it might sound a little weird, but
No, not here. We believe in celebration.
Yeah, I mean,
it ain't small or big. It's
small or big. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, we take time to celebrate and savor the victories, and really go through them with a fine-tooth comb to replicate that, right? So why did that business development letter work? Why did that open that door that led to this contract? What was it in there, right? Because we need to figure out so we can target other people with that, right? And so while we're celebrating, whether it's dinner or spa day, whatever it may be, right? We're thinking through those things. And so savoring the moment of victory is so important. So often people just get in the rat race of trying to get more. And you never just say thank you for what I just got.
Yeah.
And we do that.
Powerful.
with eyes closed all the time.
And that was
So
one
powerful.
that, that was, again, that's A, bringing that, because C was used to just working.
Go,
because
go.
if you think about it in corporate America,
It's that
you don't
ladder.
have time to stop for that.
You got to get it
and
next
they
rung.
don't really celebrate you either. You be
That's
like,
true.
girl, you killed it, but then just keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about this?
Right.
Exactly.
This is due next week.
Okay. Yeah, and so now it's okay. Giving myself permission to be good in it and be like, okay, we about to celebrate this right now because this is what we did. And we be talking to, we be like, girl, did we just do
did
we
that.
just did that.
That was dope.
And we're good
Yeah.
with that. And our spouses look at us like we're crazy. We be like, you can come if you want to, but if not, we about
If
to
not,
go
we're
celebrate
about to
it.
be happy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to. That's really important.
Yeah.
And I feel like what helps you celebrate and stay in that space, since you're the creative side of CNA, is to help you protect that creative space.
Yeah.
And celebration, I feel like, is a big piece of that.
It is a big piece.
Yeah.
And we
It's a
protect
huge
that.
piece.
And I protect that in a minute because
Yes.
somebody can't tell me that we ain't supposed to be doing something.
Yeah.
I will shut that down.
Yeah.
I really will, because coming from a place where I wasn't, you were not embraced a lot, to now have it and know what that feels like and know how that helps you to do better and to do more.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to tell me that there's no value in celebrating a win.
Yeah.
And see, here's the thing. I was sitting here already where you were talking about the process, and you were talking about the creative side, how things happen. I was going to ask, well, how do you encapsulate? How do you protect that creative space? But to me, it sounds like it, like that creative space is protected by the celebratory
celebration.
things that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're always sewing back into self.
Yes.
And it allows you to breathe new ideas
does.
and birth new creations. And that's so important in business.
And we don't let anybody else tell us that it's not gonna, not even, our spouses, when they would say,
Yeah.
y'all really want to go out just for that? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and even, not really recently, but earlier we decided that our owners retreat, we were trying to figure out what we should
Yes.
do for an owners retreat. And we were like, we need to take an owners retreat. We need to just breathe, right? Get a little zen. And then we also need to do some planning and
For
for
2018,
2018 and get that together. And so we were just, sitting around in the office thinking through things. And I was like, hey, what about a cruise?
We were just gonna go to a resort.
We were just going to go to a resort somewhere and book a room or whatever. And Shantera was like, you know what? I have been wanting to be on a Viking cruise. And I was like, Viking, let's see what they have to offer.
Once I say, yeah,
and then
she
before we knew it, we were on a cruise around the Italian coast for our owners retreat. So
Love that.
yeah, I mean, so and again, you're right. That's where you get to recharge. To me, you're no good to anybody when your battery is half empty.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you talk about bringing your whole self all the time.
You got to.
And being fully charged up instead of walking through the door 50%, right? And if you're
crazy.
constantly drained because you're so busy chasing things, and we tell this to our clients all the time, because clients are money, finance, and that's what drives everything. And the real thing is that if you take care and do what's right, then the rest will come.
Yeah.
Love it.
It will. It will, because if you take care of your team, like we tell our clients, you take care of your team, meaning let them recharge.
Let them recharge.
You go recharge. Everybody's going to come back with fresh eyes.
Mm.
And that's when things look better, look different, and you can come up with something, that's little that you may have just missed. If you're like, man, that's
Right.
been sitting there all that time.
He was tired.
Yeah.
He was at 50%.
And we'll do that.
50%.
We will do that even at lock-ins. We'll be there 8-10 hours, right? Sitting, looking at the whiteboard or figuring out something. And once we realize that we're not getting anywhere, we got to break it.
Yeah.
Push.
We stop.
Gotta
You gotta
push your way.
stop.
Yeah.
And it may be, let's just go grab something to eat, or let's just do something different, or whatever. But all of a sudden you come back and it's fixed already.
Yeah.
It's done.
See? Come on.
I love it.
Look, listen. and you know what's really also important is making sure that what's fixed is that smile or those teeth.
Yes.
So this portion of the show is sponsored by the Elite Dental Wellness Group. At Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We are committed to the finest possible oral care and the overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are a part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Dr. Patisse and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Chandra Batiste at Elite Dental Wellness at 713-789-8680. And also here, if you say the Sphere, you will receive 10%. All you got to do is say the Sphere.
That's it.
Get
That's
your
it.
10% off, peeps.
Now remember, we're on this journey, right?
Okay.
And as we get towards the latter part of this journey, we're at that stage of the future. We're at that stage of the 5, 10, 20-year plan. I know there are big dreams, big things popping over at C+A. Ladies, let's talk about it. Put it on the table. What do we see for that 5, 10, 20-year plan?
Oh my goodness.
She almost don't want to share. You better give us one of them. You better give us one of them things.
No, sorry, just listen.
Okay, not everything.
I'm going to say this. Okay.
Teaser trailer.
I'm going to throw a teaser. No, we're laughing because I was just at a conference this weekend and I came back going, hey, I got it. We got this. I done put little pillars under each thing, and this is what we're going to do. And we got speaking things that we want to do. We want to, kind of have a little speaking tour where we're covering culture. We're covering Define Oz. We're covering breaking those barriers and those stereotypes down about women, brown ladies being able to work together without killing each other. We have a little, defiance thing going on that we say we're going to put together, and we're going to go out and start doing that. But the one thing that I'm excited about, I mentioned that I'm the one that's writing. I'm always writing and sending emails to people. Well, I have a list of people that I'm about to send some things out to. We would like to be able to do some case studies and talk to some of the big leaders out there. Yeah. So we're talking like your Elon Musk and your Jeff Bezos, Amazon, and different people like that we want to be able to say, hey, what's your secret sauce? Because our clients are trying to figure it out too, and we're trying to be able to package up something nicely. And so we want to get in the room for an hour. Just give me in the room.
Just an hour.
And let us have some conversations and see what CNA can do.
Come on.
To help our clients and in turn help ourselves a little bit.
That Jeff story is really inspiring.
It really is.
Just like if you don't know what we're talking about, I'm not even gonna tell you. Go and Google it and read it on your own, because Jeff will get you so fired up from the beginning up until now. I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's go time.
Yes.
He's so goal oriented.
Yeah.
He's driven. And so that's different from even like the Elon Musk with Tesla. He's so people focused. He's so emotionally intelligent. So those two different types of leadership skills, we want to be able to dissect that. We want to be able to talk about that because, we call ourselves the culture curators. And so when people.
I like
that. CC.
That was one of those that came to me. That came.
She got some good ideas.
Hashtag culture curators. But we want to be able to go into our clients, and when we get to our clients' site, we want to be able to help them curate a culture that they can be proud of, that people can excel, and they feel inspired and want to come to work. And so in order to do that, you want to be able to get around people who have been able to do that successfully. And so that's our research. That's what we do, as researchers of our craft. It's going to help us help our clients.
I can't wait for you to get that, Jeff. I want to know what's going to go on with this Whole Foods. Like, Jeff, what's up?
I'm going to be a fly on the wall.
Okay.
Elon Musk conversation.
Look, I know you. I know.
Let me
Elon.
I'll be quiet. Look.
Yes.
You don't see me. I'm invisible.
Exactly.
Did I miss what else in the crystal ball? Did I miss something?
I think that covers the most of it.
We clearly, like, you get both of us on out.
Big things popping and percolating.
But those
on the road map.
That's all right. Stay tuned.
So CNA is going to be on the road a little bit. We feel like we
road.
have voices that need to be heard, and people asking, "How do you two make this work?" Shantera, you're this. Usually pretty conservative. Natalie's big idea. How do you make this work? I think people could see us on stage. You asked it as soon as we met you.
Yeah, I was like, when y'all taking this show on the road?
Yes. Well, guess what? We about to take
y'all
this
about
show
to.
on the road.
When I think what other people who look like us will also want to hear is when you shared about that story with your friend, it was a breakdown. We had to send that termination letter. Like y'all got through, and it was early on in your relationship. So normally statistics will show. It probably that would have been it. Like y'all put you in the ground, put some dirt on you. That's it. That relationship is over.
Yeah. But the one thing that people don't get, and I was talking to a group of women this weekend, and I was telling them, it's a commitment, just like marriage, and I think that also has a lot to do with us, how we view our marriage and commitment. We both are very much committed to success, and we feel like this is another marriage we got going on, right? And the same way we're committed to making sure our house is in order, this house is going to be in order too.
Yes.
I
And
love
that
it.
means that one little misstep, one little, that wasn't the right idea.
Right.
That's not going to kill what we got going on.
Right.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love
Yeah.
the house is in order.
Yes.
On
Good
both
folks.
places.
Are y'all paying attention? Are you got your digital pad and pen together?
Yeah.
Are you taking these notes? Are you getting these gems?
They dropping them.
They dropping them left and right.
I'm so
left
heavy
and
right
right.
now with Jim.
She have it. It's coming out of pocket.
Indeed. Now you know where I'm headed, KG.
Go for
You know
it.
where I'm headed,
Go for
right?
it, G. Because
So-
you about to.
So let's deconstruct that house
Okay.
as it catches on fire, as those gems drop and they start to destroy the roof. Let's break those relationships that you've curated and created. Let's take away that strategic roadmap of implementation that you have in place, those processes, those milestones that you've got on that whiteboard, on that clear board, because y'all a new school. Y'all got the clear board with the black marker. Let's start to take all those things.
He been in the
I've been-
office, girl.
I
He
know,
been
I
in the
know, I
office.
know.
Yeah, we
Let's
already
start
know.
to take all of those things away. Let's start to unravel this situation, this beautiful partnership that you've made. Let's take everything back to the bare basics, but leave you with the knowledge that you had. And we're going to slide you a little seed money at the tune of $1,000. What would you do with C+A today, knowing everything that you know that you didn't do when you first started out? It's real. It's real here on Startup Master.
Well, the interesting thing is, to quote a poet
There she
of
here
our
come.
generation,
Philosophical
you know
Natalie.
me. I don't know how many people gonna think it's philosophical, but he's a poet to me.
It's a rapper.
So
Here we go.
Jay-Z, yes, it is a rapper. It's a rapper.
Oh, he is a for sure.
Spoken word.
Drop
Actually,
me anywhere
what's the-
on God's green earth, and
what's
I'll triple
today?
my
My
worth.
worth, huh?
Right?
Speak
So,
about it.
you know,
on.
$1,000. I would say the first thing that we probably would do with $1,000 would be, and it's something we neglected at first, aside from, forming your business and all this other good stuff, but to get an attorney to review all of our contracts.
Yes. Yeah.
Because there's been we've had legal action in the short span of time. We've had legal, and luckily, I will say that the combination of like Rocket Lawyer, Legal Zoom, Google, and everybody else, and some old contracts that I had and whatever, we cobbled together something really, decent to start with. But I remember when we had that issue and we went to our attorney and I slid him the contract, he was like, this is pretty good. It'll get you through this, but it's some stuff we need to tighten up in here that if, this had gone a different way, you guys would be wide open.
Wow.
Right. So I, to me, there's a team that you have to have, either their paid team or,
Contract
their
team.
relationship currency that
Sure.
you have. Right.
Sure.
You can't skimp on your finances, right? You can't say, oh, I'm going to wait and set up that business account. Oh, I'm going to wait and get whatever software to manage my expenses and manage my account matters. You can't skimp on the legal piece, right? So accounting and legal are the two things that you just cannot skimp on as a business. And I think getting those things installed first is probably where I would invest that
Love
money
that.
at, because it's an investment that may not pay off in right then and there, but in the future it's going to
That
be
long term.
so powerful.
And it only takes that
Jewels.
one time for something to go wrong.
What?
yeah.
On a contract?
And I'm going to tell you, we
And
were
it-
like, ooh.
And there's people out
Jesus.
here operating
Fix
without
it.
insurance. I don't know how many small business owners I talk to, and they out here operating without any
Insurance.
insurance. I'm like, somebody come in your business and slip and fall, and you don't have no insurance.
Listen.
It's
Out of
over.
there.
Your house is gone.
Out of there.
Your house.
Your
That's
house
it.
is gone.
Consider it
Somebody
gone.
is suing you, and they're gonna take your house.
You better go ahead and give your grandma
yes.
your assets.
Yes.
Hide it now.
Hide it now.
Tell her to put it on the
Irrevocable
mattress.
trust. You better build something real fast.
Real
Tell
quick.
her mattress money.
Right. So to me, it's those things that make you a good steward that a
Yeah.
lot of times, because we're so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed about the idea, we tend to not invest in up front. And
Sure.
so I think that $1,000
I love
Shantera might
that.
have a new place for it to go.
No,
but-
no, I agree. No, I agree with that, because I remember being just, even though I was confident that we were in the right, you never know, right? And to hear that we had holes in our contract, that we were proud of our
We was
little
proud of our little
contract.
contract,
But we did it versus having that expert eyes on it. And the one thing I've always been so proud of is how we set this business up. The first thing we did after we decided to form was we set a meeting with an attorney and we laid out the ins and outs of how we were going to run the business.
Down to death.
Down to death. We really did. And so to think that the one place that we may have skimped on was the contracts for people who are working with us.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a little scary. And so that definitely would have been a place that $1,000 would have gone.
Definitely.
You got it here first, people.
Yeah, you
got it here first. Sometimes you got to know where to put the money, where to put the coins at, your finances and your legal. A lot of people don't talk about that when they hit this table, KG.
They sure don't.
They're not talking about the legal aspects of things. They're not talking about how important the finances are. Make sure you close those gaps, seal those loops. They're not talking about it.
I don't want any holes in my contract.
You don't want that. You want to keep
You
your
don't want
house.
the IRS on
I don't
you.
want the I, the R, or the S
None of
behind
them.
me.
What?
None of them.
No. Because
No,
the moment
no, no.
I get
The
something,
three
I'm like,
alphabets I don't
what's
want.
This about? What's
What?
this about Jesus? Oh.
Because they shady. And they ain't gonna,
And we both agree we don't
understand.
like them.
Yeah.
We have the same
We have the
level
same-
of loathing
Yep.
for the
there it
IRS.
is.
So
Ladies, y'all have been a treat.
Yeah, they
These
have.
gems
We could
y'all
go another
have dropped.
hour.
I mean, we could. We could. But what we like to do here today, right now, is we like to officially coin you all Startup Masters. Thank you so much for the gems and everything that you've done. Hey, hey. Yes, love it. Please share with all the people that are watching right now all over the world, because we got people everywhere. Those that are audio only, those that are video that are watching this.
Right.
Let them know where they can reach you all at, where all your platforms. I think y'all are on radio as well. Talk about all that. Let them know where they can find you.
So you can find us and all of our platforms in one very central location, and that's on the website at caglobalgroup.com. That's caglobalgroup.com. And then, of course, you can catch us on Sundays at 3 p.m. on KNTH 1070, which is on the dial for Houston, but we also go Facebook Live on it, and you can stream it as well. So that's Sundays at 3.
And
on
that show is
1070.
called Your Business with CNA Live.
Yep.
Love it.
Find us there, and we have all kinds of conversations kind of similar to this.
Very similar to
Good
this.
deal.
We
Good deal.
figure
Good
out
stuff.
what's going on out there, and we talk about it.
That's right.
Yes.
Collaboration. That's what we do right
It's
here.
important.
That's how we
Kalia,
roll.
y'all hear from Kalia soon on that show.
Oh, hey now. Hey
Got a
now.
pre-recorded episode we're gonna release real soon.
Real soon.
Gonna
It's
drop
dropping.
some
It's
dope.
Real soon.
Unleash
Yeah,
your
we-
dopeness.
We gonna be unleashing that dopeness real soon.
soon.
Dropping like Jigga. Title this.
That's right.
That's what's up. KG, of course, where can they reach you at?
My good peeps, you can catch me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook at KOG Speaks. That's KOG Speaks. And just in case you're short on time, you don't quite have to get the full episode. I do a recap on YouTube. So check me out. And I guarantee you're going to want to watch the full episode.
Indeed.
Where you at, G?
And of course, you can reach me anywhere online: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, a couple other places.
No.
Anywhere and everywhere at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. And remember, if you got any questions for anything that happens right here at this table, shoot us an email, startupmasters@thesphere.tv, or across social media @thesphere.tv, #startupmasters. And we will definitely get back to you. This has been another excellent episode of Startup Masters. We will see you all next time. Take care.